guys to my channel this particular afternoon. I want us to focus about the politics of the mountain and Kithure Kindiki and Musalia Mudavadi. Especially there's a message that Musalia Mudavadi sent to the mountain, and I consider it personally as a coded message to one Kithure Kindiki, because it seems the dynamics of the politics of the mountain is giving Kithure Kindiki headache or sleepless nights, so to speak, because the mountains seem to have moved away, and the guy is under pressure to restore back the mountain to President William Samoei Ruto. So this is the focus of this particular video this afternoon. And if it is your first time on my channel, guys, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out. So Prime Cabinet Secretary, in a recent visit to the mountain, made a very important message to the mountaineers. He told them that the mountain risk position number 2 if they do not support President William Samoei Ruto in 2027 re-election. That tells you that that was a coded message, according to me, directed to one Kithure Kindiki, because he is the holder of the office number 2 and he hails from the mountain. And it seems that the guy is under pressure to deliver the votes of the mountain. Remember, ever since Riggy was ejected, number 2 position, he went with the mountain, so to speak, because he was accused of being a tribal chef, a leader that holds on to one region of the country. And true to that, because the guy is still doing the same. He is still just holding the mountain and making sure that it is under him. And to wrestle him, or to wrestle the mountain out of the hands of Riggy, is becoming a tall order for Kenya Kwanza government, because it seems these guys have tricks to wrestle the mountain out of the hands of Riggy. So when Musalia Mudavadi tours the mountain and tells them that they risk losing position number 2 unless they support the government, that tells you that perhaps he is just speaking for some higher power, or he is just a messenger being sent with a message to deliver to the mountain. Because remember, Musalia Mudavadi is the Prime Cabinet Secretary, and though people argue that his position doesn't exist in the Constitution, it is still a senior-most position in the Kenya Kwanza government. Even if it is not enshrined in the Constitution, it still has weight. He supervises some cabinet secretaries, and he sits at the top table of the Kenya Kwanza government. So that tells you whenever he makes or he sends a message, we cannot afford to ignore it. It seems he's just a dog barking on behalf of the dog owner. What does Kindiki need to do to regain the influence of the mountain, or to bring back the mountain back to President William Samoei Ruto? This is the focus of this particular video. This is a potential candidate for that number 2 position in 2027 general election. Remember, the broad-based government was formed to bring on board diverse areas or diverse regions from the country to the government. And Raila Odinga allies have been reaping big in this broad-based government. And it is rumored that perhaps the president will go for gender card. And if the president decides to choose gender card in 2027 general election, that is to say that if the president decides to choose a woman to deputize him, so to speak, then Kindiki will have to be shown the door. And top on that list, it's Gladys Wanga, because her track record, especially in Homa Bay region, speaks for itself. She's doing a wonderful job over there. And since the president is trying to look for a leader who is development oriented, then Gladys Wanga stands a chance to deputize President William Samoei Ruto in 2027 general election. Because I believe if the president decides to choose Gladys Wanga to deputize him, and then so it means that most of the Nyanza region or Luo Nyanza region votes will be fully into Kenya Kwanza basket, will be under UDA basket, because I believe the nation will marshal their support behind President William Samoei Ruto. Another person that seems to be top contestant or top on that particular list is Musalia Mudavadi himself, because his position as Prime Cabinet Secretary, as I have stated earlier, does not exist or is not well enshrined in the Constitution. And perhaps the president might tell Musalia Mudavadi to deputize him so that he wins the western vote of the western region votes. And then since Musalia Mudavadi will be exiting from the Prime Cabinet Secretary position, that position could be given to Raila Amolo Odinga. Baba perhaps will resurrect as another Prime Cabinet Secretary, or the position is going to be given power and be called the Prime Minister position, so that to make sure that there is that gender balance. And that tells you that the man from Meru region, that's Kindiki, is under pressure, because we understand that politics is all about numbers. You'll be told how many votes are you going to bring on the table, and that, I believe, is the challenge that Kindiki is facing, because since the mountains seem to be moving away, or has moved away from the Kenya Kwanza government, it seems he's going to be asked that that pertinent question: how many votes are you going, will you be able to deliver on the table? And if the answer is less than 1 million or less than 2 million, perhaps his seat is going to slip away from his hands, and it's going to be given to someone else, someone that guarantees perhaps a total of 2 million votes to the presidency. And I believe that person, perhaps it's Baba at the moment, because his electorate or his backyard always listens to him. When he tells them, let's move to the right, they move to the right. When he tells them, let's jump to the left, they jump to the left. So perhaps he is the only guaranteed person to bring those 2 million votes to Kenya Kwanza basket. Again, that's just my opinion. Perhaps you have different opinion. You can drop your comment below. I'd love to read your opinions as well. This coded message towards one Kindiki. What does it means for the mountain? Remember, recently, if you watch the politics of the mountain very well, Kimani Ichung'wah, who has been so vocal, is slowly going silent. So perhaps the mountain is planning to regroup itself and brand itself as opposition, and give President William Samoei Ruto 2027 a run for his money, because it seems this guy understands very well that the mountain now, it's not listening to the government, or it's not in Kenya Kwanza anymore. It's they're charting their political path forward, and they're branding themselves with the as opposition. Now, does President William Samoei Ruto have a chance in 2027 general election? Yes, he has a chance, because he is the incumbent, and we understand that in Kenyan politics, it is very difficult to unseat the incumbent, the president that is being re-elected, because he comes with the benefit of all security apparatus, all the information or intelligence information, and it's going to be a tall order for the opposition to try and unseat President William Samoei Ruto in 2027 general election. And what formula is he going to do to use to win this particular election? In my opinion, I think President William Samoei Ruto is going to issue a gender card. Gender card means that he's going to make sure he's going to be deputized by a female. And if he brings a female on board, I believe Wamama wote, they'll pour their weight behind President William Samoei Ruto, based on that particular deputy president that he will have brought on board. Another thing, he's going also to look onto the regional balance. That number 2, if he's going to come from a vote-rich region, then the president stands a chance as well to win the 2027 general election. Again, that's just my opinion. If it is you have the contrary opinion, you can drop a comment below. I'd love to read, perhaps, and do the video as well from your comment. And if it is your first time on my channel, guys, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out. Adios, ciao ciao.